to your next episode of PokePsota, and today we're going to talk about Crown Zenith. Now, Crown Zenith, a lot of people think it's been around a really long time. In reality, this set actually came out on January 20th of 2023, so it's just 2 years old. Now, the reason people may think it's been around so long is because they have reprinted it quite a bit. Now, I'm going to talk to you and tell you why I think Crown Zenith is an amazing investment. I think if you can find these at the $40 mark for the Sea and Sky version you can find at Sam's Club, they're worth the buy every time.
Consider it done.
These are actually worth the buy up until about $80 to $90, I think, even if you're paying double of MSRP. Now, people may ask, should I go heavy on this one? Should I buy it on the secondary market? I really think you should. The problem with this is if you're buying this to resell, it is a tough resell because of shipping. These boxes are extremely large. They're probably over 3 foot long, and they're about 18 inches wide by maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So shipping them is not ideal, and typically shipping costs the most if you're trying to sell these on the secondary market. Now, when we look at the Crown Zenith, it came with a lot of things in there. You had the V-Stars, the V-Max, the Vs, and then you had the Galarian Gallery.
That's a twist. That's very...
And as you look at it, the Pikachu Secret is obviously the biggest hit. This card has went up significantly if you look at it from the last 6 months. This was roughly a $50 to $60 PSA 10 card. Now this Pikachu Secret's really gone up in value where it's almost a $20 card that's just raw. The Elsa Sparkle, been a good one. It's a full art. It's right around that $20 one. Then you have quite the drop off because you go to the Charizard V-Star. You got the French and Sinnoh, the French and Hisui, the Radiant Charizard. The Radiant Charizard actually grades out fairly well usually. It's right about a $50 PSA 10 type grade. But these really just start to drop down. You got the textured energies that start to get in there, and then there's just not much else. The Mew V and the EVV, these two are just going to be around $1.50 to $2, even if you're going on TCG or if you're selling on eBay, but they sell very fast about every time. Now, let's take a look at the Galarian Gallery. Now, the Galarian Gallery is an unbelievable set. These are almost alt arts that came with the set with the Crown Zenith. Now, Crown Zenith was about a 160 card set, but with the Galarian Galleries, that added another 70 cards to it. Now, you're going to notice on the top here, the 5 cards is you have the Giratina, the Arceus, the Origin Form Palkia, and the Origin Form Dalgia. And you look at these gold cards, you may think gold cards don't hold their value. But the thing is, though, is the gold cards in this set, they are goated. These gold cards are the best ones you're going to find, and they have significantly increased in value. Now, if you look at the Giratina V-Star, just at the end of November, I sold a Giratina V-Star raw for $96 on TCG Player. It sold within hours of listing it. Now, this is about a $215 card on the market, and the PSA 10 in this one is selling for over $500. Now, if you look at the Arceus is about a $135. And then this Mewtwo V-Star we're going to talk about in a little bit. But you have the Origin Form Palkia and the Origin Form Dalgia. These are getting to about $90 and $87. These cards, if we click on just one of them right here, you're going to see that 6 months ago on this card, it was roughly a $45 card for the most part. It has spiked in value significantly since November. I shouldn't even say November. It's spiked since January here. Now, if we go back and we look at the Dalgia form, 6 month on that, you're going to see it was at the 40s for the most part. These cards were not doing that well. Of course, Crown Zenith they're talking about, all the print runs on it, of course, nothing too crazy there, but this card really did go down in value. Now, if you're looking at these cards, they've really, really gone up in value. Extremely. They've almost doubled in price, every one of them. Now, and you might be thinking these gold cards, you're thinking, hey, pull rates on these got to be really tough. Is this going to be a hard card to pull? Well, not really. When we look at the pull rates for some of these, you're going to see that the pull rates on them are about 1 gold star for every 100 packs. Okay? Now, I think the pull rates are a little bit hotter than that. I really do think these gold cards really get pretty easy to pull. Now, the Mewtwo V-Star, this has really increased in price. It has increased in price so much over the last month. You'll see that it was about a $50 or $60 card back in November, and this has totally spiked up to the $120 mark. This in a PSA 10 has also increased drastically. But that's not all the cards. The Galarian Gallery has really done really well. The Leafeon is super high. Glaceon, Suicune, Deoxys VMAX. This one right here is grading out very well. It's a tough one to grade, but this is over a $300 card in a PSA 10. The Darkrai, $30 card. Raikou, $30 card. Inti, $30 card. Then the Mew. The Mew's the one that's been surprising. This was about a $10 card. It's only about $20 now in value, but it still does sell pretty good when it does grade out as a 10. There's none of these cards that do not sell well grading out of 10. And I'm going to go down further down this list. We'll go to the second page on this. When we start going through these, the Pikachu, $60 in a PSA 10. It's a simple thing to do because it grades out very well. We'll just keep going. Absol. Absol is a $2.45 card, and let's just check out and see what they're selling for right now. These cards are $1.97. That's moderately played. Near mint, $145, $149. These cards grade out at a 10, and they sell typically around the $40 to $60 range. It's a no-brainer. When you're paying a $16 or $17 PSA charge, and you can send these in, and you got 2 or 3 of them that look pretty good, you'll easily double your money after fees just by sending these in. These are a good grading play. Now let's take a look at some of the cards in the very end of the Galarian Gallery. So when we get down there, we got some of the cards at the very end, and at 70 of them, so there's a lot of them. Okay, even when you get to some of these, they still grade out very well. For instance, don't see it on here yet. The Lapras one, I believe it was Lapras. Manphy grades out really well. That's about a $50 PSA 10 card as well. It does a great job. Ditto, $50 PSA 10 card. So what I'm trying to tell you is these cards, they grade out unbelievably well. So if you're looking for a good money play on graded cards, I would definitely look into the Crown Zenith Sea and Sky boxes. The ETBs, they're too expensive. They're right around $100 now. They're not worth the buy. These Sea and Sky boxes up to the $80, $90 mark are still a really good deal. If you can find them at Sam's Club, definitely get them. Hold on to them, open them, rip them. These things are going to be going wild. PSA grade submissions on these are going to start to increase, but they are a good play. People love these cards because they really are alt arts. So that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully you got something out of this. And remember, catch them all, like us, share us, become a subscriber, and we hope that we can tell you something about Pokemon that you might not know. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you later.
Bazinga.